Sending them on my way to work, man. Hope everybody's doing well. I just got finished doing a video about who can you trust in the fragrance game. I mean, you out here spending this money. You know, you might be getting some discounts. Who can you trust? Can you trust Fragrance Net? Can you trust the sellers? Can you trust the people who may have bought it from someplace else and they're going to find out it's not really that good, and now all of a sudden, or it's a bad juice. It might be an old juice. It might be a juice they bought from someplace else that's old, and now they reselling it and they don't tell you. Who can you trust in the fragrance game with your money? Who? Come on, bro. Really, dog? Just gotta learn to drive that. Anyway, who can you trust? So, you know, the same way you want to ask who can you trust when you spend your money on fragrances and you're looking at people who, you know, talk about fragrances and whatever. The government the same way. For us who are employed, they're taking money out of our checks every week. And they're doing what they want with our money. They're doing dark programs, hidden programs, black programs. Look it up. If you don't know, look. Don't hide from the truth. Realize the truth. If it stresses you out, then you're still part of the sheeple. But who can you trust in the government? Who will you trust in our government, the United States of America? What is the state of America right now? Considering that this country was founded on on theft to begin with. Now, I just got finished talking about Columbus Day on Monday, of course. And then here's this propaganda video about this guy come up. Well, everything they said about Christopher Columbus coming over and shooting all the Indians and taking over their land. Well, they were burning down trees and they were already destroying their land. Or, you know, the diseases that they got came from the Europeans who came over, and that's how they got the disease. They didn't get it from somebody giving them chicken pox blankets. No, and they killed. It wasn't that the people who came over here who claimed they discovered America, they got killed too. So it wasn't just that the Indians got killed by muskets, but the people, the Europeans got killed too. There's always somebody got to put out propaganda, and of course it had to be somebody of European descent that was going to actually come out with that garbage that you want to believe that this country was not taken over or taken from the indigenous people who lived here before the Europeans and the Rothschilds. Anybody came over here and started instituting banks all over the world. They want to believe that, no, that didn't happen. That could never happen because my ethnicity would never have done anything like that, because that's what it sounds like. To me, it sounds like, and believe me, I'm not a racist, I'm a realist. To me, it sounds like when it comes to Europeans and the evil that they do, because again, the 13 bloodlines does not have any melanated people in there. The 13 bloodlines, the Illuminati and all this stuff, are Caucasian European people. They have nothing to do with colored folk. Colored folk, melanated folk, brown folk are slaves. We put ourselves in slavery. Kanye said, you know, you choose slavery. And in a sense we do, because we do stupid stuff that continue to put us in a bad position to be locked up in jails and stuff like that. So, yeah, sometimes you talk about slavery, you're slave of your mind. Here's the thing. When Kanye said that everybody got an uproar, but he said, well, slavery is a choice. But when Malcolm X said, you come run out the church hoping to see heaven and all that stuff, and you could come out here and you still got the same condition you had when you went in the church, hooping and hollering and you know, praying to a white Jesus, to a freaking pastor, hooping and hollering up and down, taking your money. You still a slave. You go to church 5 days a week and you still a slave. Like Malcolm X said, a slave in your mind. So Kanye saying slavery is a choice? Absolutely. Especially in this day and age. Now, was it a choice back then? Could they have fought? Because back then they had guns and stuff. But look here, keep it in the real. It's like now, we have over 8 billion people in this world. And there's no way these people, the 13 Illuminati bloodlines who want to take over this planet and make us all slaves, that's not in the bloodline, could just blow up a whole bunch of people and it's cool. They can't do that. So you got to find a way to dupe 8 million people or 8 billion people who are not part of your bloodline or your agenda to just roll over and become slaves. And you do that through religion. You do that through the military. You do that through a myriad of ways. Diseases, the weather. You do that through myriad of ways to get people, the 8 billion people, somehow who don't agree with what you're doing, to just roll over and say, okay, we'll be your slave. That would be a choice. That would be a choice that you would make. Because you would have to say, oh, you know what, I'll just be a slave. See, slavery back then, when they brought the Africans over here, or whoever they brought over here, because it wasn't just Africans, it was other people who came over here too, that they put on the ship. Anybody they thought can, do what they can to do, they put them on the ship, yo. So it wasn't just Africans and Afro. Believe it, it wasn't even like that. Really, it was kind of like they brought everybody over here. They brought their kind over here to do it too. But they brought their kind over here to manage the slaves as well. But you're going to tell me out of all those slaves, you had 2, 3, 4 masters. You saw the Django. That's probably how all the plantations were ran. You had one dude with a family of chicks or whatever running the whole plantation, and you had 300-400 dudes. You gonna tell me that 1 or 2 or 3 of the people wouldn't took the bullet for the sake of the whole tribe? See, that's our problem. Us as melanated, colored folk, we do have slavery in mind, because we ain't gonna talk up about nothing. We so scared that the government might take everything away from me if I say something. So I'm just gonna shut up and do what they want me to do. I'm gonna vote like I'm supposed to. I'm gonna do what master tell me to do. It's still the same thing. It's the same thing. And they know you doing the same thing. That's why they feed you the bad food and you continue to eat it. They continue to make it cheaper and cheaper. Sooner or later, it's gonna give you a freaking McDonald's burger. Because it's so poison, they don't care. They want you to eat their poison food. Well, it used to be $2 now, $1 now, buy 2 for 50 cents. I don't know. So look here, man. You're still a slave in the mind because you don't want to change your way, your diet. If you want to call it a diet, you don't want to change your lifestyle. You ain't trying to stop smoking. You ain't trying to do better for your health. You ain't trying, so you still a slave. So when people call you a slave, and when Kanye say you're a slave by choice, you absolutely are. Slavery is a choice if you decide not to better your life and do better for yourself and keep yourself in a slavery condition, because master is looking at you and saying, you're stupid. Let's keep feeding them freaking food. They'll die off. We can get rid of them through the food. Come on, man. Stop playing. Y'all gonna wake up one day, though, and realize that slavery, look, it's a choice. You gotta make up your mind whether you're gonna speak up or whether you're gonna shut up or whatever you're gonna do. Now, with that being said, who do you trust? Who do you trust in your government? You got good elected officials that are there to do the bidding of the people in a non-black state, a deep state. Then you got the guys who've been there for 50, 30, 40, 50 years who done signed up to the black state, who done signed up for all that hidden stuff. That's how they get to be there for so long. And they depend on melanated people to continue to just vote the Democrat. Come on, you vote all Democrat. When they're all in cahoots. When it comes to Republicans and Democrats, if they all leading the dark state of things, like controlling the weather and controlling the food and controlling the medicines and in bed with the banks, in bed with the deep state, in bed with the pharmaceutical companies, it don't matter whether you Republican or Democrat. They're getting paid. It's about the money. Now, here's the scary part about the money. I talked about it the other day, because most of you don't know anything about money. All you know is you get some money, you spend the money, you get your welfare check, you get your access card, whatever you get, and you spend it, and now you're broke again. Because you haven't put anything aside, you haven't tried to put yourself in a position to be more responsible with what you got. Now, I'm irresponsible with my money sometimes, but for the most part, if you see me, I'm trying to buy stuff or get stuff that's going to put me in a better position to be able to talk about things and have you listen to me. And that's pretty reasonable, bro. But, I just don't waste money except when I go out and eat. But I try to, I try to go to establishments that are melanated, and I support them. Stuff like that. But nevertheless, when the money thing hit the fan, it's going to be crazy. So, 911, I've been on a 911 kick. And this is really, you can see it. They've been breaking down 911 as to why they did what they did, who helped them do it, so how they can escape culpability. All the people that should be in jail who are now gone, and they out of government, so they ain't going to jail. And they need to open up a reinvestigation of the 9/11 truth and the people who lost their families. Here's the bad part about that even more. Another bad part. They keep talking about how 3,000 people estimated lost their lives. And that's including the people that weren't on the plane. Because all the people that was on the plane manifest, I don't think they ever found any of their body parts. Because the building was pulverized. They said, how you going to pulverize cement and it collapsed when it was just supposed to be fire and kerosene that broke down the towers? And of course, you had a demolition of Building 7. All you got to do is type in Building 7, and you can see that was a demolition. They're putting that up against all the demolition experts, everybody. That building did not go down because of heat. So your government has bamboozled you into giving up all your rights, giving up all your privacy rights, getting rid of the Constitution. People still believe that the Constitution is in play. No, the War Powers Act is in play. You are under the War Powers Act. That means if they decide that you, me, or anybody else speaking out against them about anything seem to be a dissenter or something like that, man, they can lock you up forever and not give you a trial because they're saying you're a dissenter and that puts you under the War Powers Act. Did you know that? You didn't know that. But then most of the melanated people who are in jail, they go to jail for dumb stuff. Like, you know, slapping the girlfriend upside the face and the girlfriend fall on the floor. And then the girlfriend, instead of trying to say, look, man, I ain't going to send you to jail, man. But, you know, I'm just going to have my boys kick your butt, not kill you. And then, you know, we be good. But, you know, a sister to turn around or a melanated woman to turn around and lock up the dude when we got enough people locked up in jail anyway. No, he shouldn't have hit her. He shouldn't have touched her. But, you know, we got street justice. All she do is get her cousin whatsoever, break a leg. He won't do it again. Don't keep sending people to jail. That's slavery. That's still slavery. So the deal is, man, you can't say anything about the government. Well, that's why I say I don't say anything about the United States of America. What I'm saying is I know there's good people in there that I respect, and there's bad people in there that don't care about me. So why should I care about a government that don't care about me? That's why Colin Kaepernick took the knee. That's why other guys started to realize, you know, you're making a point, man. These people don't care about you. The Rothschilds don't care about you. The people who run this country do not care about you. And stop thinking that the president runs the country. Stop tripping off Trump. Trump is a puppet. Let's go. Obama, the Bushes, all of them. They don't run anything. The deep state, the black ops run this country. The bankers, the Rothschilds, the Mellons, all of them run this country. So when you wake up and start realizing this, you'll start to grow up and stop thinking like 4th and 5th graders, thinking that the government going to take care of you when the government may want to take care of you. There's some people in government, in Congress, in the Senate, Congress people that really care about you. But then they know they out when they see what's going on, when they get elected, like Christy McCullough did, and saw what really goes on behind closed doors. Man, they was like, dog, we can't fight that. That's too big. They don't have enough money to fight that. So I want you to wake up. I truly want you guys to start waking up and realize what's going on. Look, I don't speak out against the United States. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have a job. I'm happy to do what I do, and they allow me to do it. But if you don't speak out, you know what to say. You fall for everything, you stand for nothing, and vice versa. So you need to start worrying and thinking about what's going to happen when they decide to collapse the dollar. Because what's happening is they're trying to stir Russia and China up because they owe China billions of dollars. That's why we got to buy Chinese stuff. They're trying to get rid of the NAFTA trade agreement when it's, well, if you're going to get rid of the trade agreement and try to freeze out China, you got to give them all that money you owe them. Them billions and billions of dollars, you know, that's been borrowed over the years by the United States. You got to get them that back. You can't say we're not going to buy your products anymore and you're not going to give us our money back. So now they're trying to beef with China. They're trying to beef with Russia. And the main reason they're trying to beef with China and Russia and a couple other countries is they're trying to get off the petrodollar. They're trying to say, we're not going to use the dollar now to do business anymore. We're going on a whole nother currency. And it's not crypto. To do business. So what happens when these major countries like China or anybody else who want to join it decide we're not using the petrodollar to do business? What do you think is going to happen to the economy? Yep, you're going to be broke. We're going to have a problem. We're going to be starving, and we'll be the slaves that the Rothschilds don't want us to be. Because, see, they're still going to have, you're not going to have a backup. You're going to be in trouble. Think about it.